Yeah, Robin, you've landed in Portugal. You're living an abundant life, meaning as in social life experiences. Uh, you chose to try to find love, follow up some leads,
Yeah,
and I think you got a case of love not answered,
yeah,
which happens, which is one of the most normal things in life. If you choose the path of like I'm trying to find love, right? If you do the arranged marriages thing, I don't know. I'm not too experienced, but I think that's where love has to grow.
yeah, yeah,
But when you're trying to find love with dating and such, I think heartbreak is very normal. In my opinion, I've been there, so I think it's very normal. Uh, so, Andre, do you have some big, like, l- you know, heartbreaks when you were very young, early young, Andre?
Uh, yes, of course, it was from the beginning, from 14 years old and up to 40, and even once, maybe 5, 6 years ago, we decided almost was near divorcing with Yana because she have a idea to move in Poland. You know, it was a wave that all Ukrainians wants to move in Poland. Such a stupid, you know, and.
Okay.
Actually, I was no many times and we travel in Poland, but it's okay. It was 1 week. So finally she tell, okay, let's stop this idea about Poland.
Okay.
So that's why it's part of our life. It's only in kids' movie when it's miracles, when princess marriage with prince and end of film. Why they don't?
Happily ever after.
Yes, why they don't want to make second movie when prince take a bottle and beating his princess with a bottle till blood goes from her head and etc. Why they don't want to make the second part of movie? That's why
Maybe.
it's same part of life. We meet love, we lose life, we meet new love, we never meet life. Love, something
There
like
you
that.
go. So I think, so here we made it a necessity love, right? So yeah, I think this is one of the biggest reasons, but then it won't come as easy. So I think, did we have it as a lesson of life, experience in life? Um, no, no. I think uh, the love roller coaster. I'll call it like that. Um, yeah, I think I've been in there. Maybe just to share from my point of view, I chose to work early on in life, and so I didn't allow myself like too much experimenting. Meaning, I did early on until I started to work like full time or more around when I was 20. Before that, I definitely fell into the path of being someone who was focused on studying and then discovering the party life, and then understanding like, okay, I'm very late at the game of kissing girls, having my first time sex. That all happened within 1 year between my 16th and 17th. So when I got that between 16th and 17th, my body, all the hormones, I was following my dick, right? I wanted to thought thinking like, let's find a girlfriend, let's have more sexual experiences. And so I went to study college, and I thought like, okay, now it's party time, right? Party time. First half year, too many parties, not like alcohol, gaming, whatever. almost flunked out of university after the first half year. Didn't happen though. I woke up. After half a year. Really? And I made a choice. No, I can do better. I can. And but in that half year, I also remember, just dating, and there were some relationships where I found like, okay, this is not okay. We're dating, but this is not going anywhere, right? Okay, I learned myself like, I want something. I wanted more sexual experiences, so I cut the ones that wouldn't lead there. I did it because I knew that what I wanted. So I think that's one of them. Like in the pursuit of trying to find love, I think part of that, and I think Robin, Andre as well, part of that is like, what do we need for ourselves, right? To actually nurture our own, love relationship that we have for ourselves. And actually, I think that understanding how to love yourself is a continuous path. Like I don't think it will ever end. I think life will always give you challenges, and your energy can always spill over to other things and you forget yourself. However, I do think that thinking these things through, seeing them, and seeing that you have to put yourself in the equation in a balanced way will get you probably towards a path towards solution. But if you're always putting someone else, or you're thinking like love is only for you to give to someone else, then it's not going to be a balanced love, and that probably will lead to a heartache. And I think that happened with you, Robin. So, I think one in the many. I think so. So first of all, I think that's the first thing. Like, if you can accept that that's going to be part of life, and just chill out a bit about that.
Yeah.
Chill it out. Accept it. If you can accept it, that it is part of life, if you truly can, then hopefully your nerves will calm down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because your thoughts can bring you many places. Many places. It's not just love. Like, I think other experiences like hatred or revenge are also powerful feelings and emotions that can actually spike those thoughts. And in those thoughts, you can really go different angles. Yeah, go ahead, Andre.
I just remember it was like 12 years ago when we worked with Hai in Kharkov. So temporarily for a few 3 weeks, we from Kiev come to Kharkov and come back. And I remember, like, for example, at the morning, during the breakfast, Hai told me like this: okay, Andrei, today you have a limit 40 minutes. I can listening about your ex-wife. You can start now, or you can leave this time for the evening. And it was, first of all, I remember this very well because it was so funny. And he very simply listening that about my ex-wife, that she was so bad actually. Yeah, now after 12 years old, when she moved with my old son with Alex already in England, for me it sounds like a joke. Why I was so it was suffering. It was not a nervous. It was really suffering. I cannot sleep. Yeah, I cannot eat, and it's like it sounds like a joke now. So time is a good teacher and is a good doctor also. I would say like this.
But do you agree that I put this still under the section of the great experiences in life, that roller coaster? Right?
Yeah, agree 100%. That's very good experience because it's deep. After that, it comes deep understanding. First of all, and one of this understanding, it's like this is another person, and it's a free piece, and this person not need to be with you. It's not, she don't want to be with you. That's even she can like you, but she wants to be alone. She wants to be separate. She wants to be with other men who have more money or something like that. And this is, and accept this, it's a it's a very big step for life understanding, because we are just with our age, we just go upstairs and we understand life.
You can see it, like, and
Yeah, exactly.
so Robin, I completely understand that you're underwhelmed by all these things. But 10 years from now, you look back, you joke about it as we can right now,
Yeah.
right? But it's part of life. But our mind can take us so many places. That's so in this, I think time heals. Andre, what do you think? Like, it just happens and you have to let it go. It's like a wound. You know, like if it's an emotional wound, it's like a physical wound, you know, like we have to heal it and then not rip it open, right? So do the logical things to let the wound heal. And then you have some scar tissue, you know, you get used to it, right? So the next time, if it happens again, so I think, but accepting it when you're in those emotions, it's pretty tough. It's part of that roller coaster. Am I getting close, Robin? What do you think?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I somehow I'm trying. So in my relationships, I've also, not always been truthful to the relationships I had, and I personally understand now how I can fall into those traps, and I'm quite sure that alcohol makes it easier to fall into those traps. It just does. That's where I think all the science is telling us, right? Like alcohol makes you less inhibited, like your boundaries fade. So therefore you easily do things, right? So I learned from it. I even today, I'm having a wonderful state of my relationship with my wife, my kids. Although I do accept that my patterns in me can divert into bad places that I actually don't want to be. But if I put myself in those conditions, I will get there again. Right? So I think, and I'm not here to judge, Robin. I don't think you should judge yourself too hard about experiencing this. I'm actually, if I look back at you, how many months are you now in Portugal, Robin? Like 4?
Since middle of October, so yeah, more than 4, I think. 5 months.
So I'm comparing it with when I got out of my parents' house. First 6 months, didn't score. I think I had to score 21 points. I think 21. That was still an age where you had 42 points out of the whole year. I remember I scored 3 at midway. So, and I I was not paying attention to what probably the better. I'm not saying the better. I'm just saying that I wasn't thinking balancedly about my experience, and I allowed myself to just soak into it. 6 months, and somewhere I woke up. That happens.
Yeah.
And it will happen to you as well. First you try with alcohol, maybe after you try without alcohol, All these things, I think you will learn. The harder you go on that roller coaster, the faster you will learn it.
Mhm.
And I actually think that because you're starting this game a bit late in life, right? It's actually okay to go harder, faster, taking in these experience faster.
Yeah.
So maybe actually that is a blessing. Because when you take these experiences faster, you'll get past them also faster.
Mhm.
Just saying. Right?
Yeah.
You're very quiet today.
Yeah.
Robert.
I don't know what to say. That's why.
How about acceptance? Let's start there. I think that's actually one of the most hardest ones. Like, I remember many things in the past, either with business, in love, accepting it. I think if you can really accept that it's okay, that it's actually part of life, that life is as life is, because it's your mind, like, why isn't it like this? Why didn't I do that? Why didn't, that makes it hard. But if
Yeah.
you're like, no, this is it. And if you can reach to that conclusion in a very calmful and almost enlightening way, probably it's easier to move on.
Mhm.
But as long as you can't accept it and your mind is playing the tricks to like trying to change the how you got there or how the future should be, you're not accepting it.
Mhm.
And planning is also impossible in these things.
Mhm.
It just is. I don't think any one of us can really say when we figure out this game.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
Andre, you figured it out quite late also, right?
You mean official marriage?
Yeah, wow. When you thought like Yana, she's the one.
Uh, yeah, but it was after when I tell to myself, do you remember how I make pirova? I make toilet and bathroom together. I make open studio because because with old project, it was like everything separate, kitchen, corridor, toilet, bathroom, everything separate. So I decided to don't marriage. I decided just have sex relationship, but no something. I don't need that. I can live alone with sometimes temporary girls. Yeah, and I remember like. Yana come to my life or I came in her life. The most interesting, she tell me after that she was in ready in a so it just she lived already two years in Kiev, and she was in same situation like if of acceptance. It's life. Give her somebody. It's okay. If not, it's also okay. It means she don't want to just go marriage with somebody, Yeah, but before all this time I lived with somebody, but without official registration. So that's why I had maybe 15 wives or 25. I don't remember exactly how many it was that. And I love all of them. They were very good, nice girls. And girls, if you see me now, thank you very much. I'm very appreciated for all what you gave for me in my life. Even if I don't remember your names. Because I was drunk. That's why I love women. There was all time from my grandmother, from my grandmother up to now with my daughter Alina. That I'm scared her because she's very strong. She's like director of a school. Talk with me. So that's why. Women's it's the biggest part in our life, and many men, I think, unconsciously
Love,
they do.
love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They do business, they make money because of that. It's darkness side of motivation to make money because they wants to have more sex, but they don't know that. If you ask them, they tell it's bullshit. No,
I've been
I
there.
don't believe you. So like this.
I've been there. I admit. So, Robin, you're living. That's the whole point of it. Don't judge yourself too tough. Um, yeah. So, do you think you can accept? Like, I mean, you actually said I can't. One of the things. Let's focus on this in a different angle, right? So, your heartache or whatever it is, or your sense of need of in search for something, takes you out of the house. You don't want to stay at home.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's just, I feel like if I stay at home, I'm losing out on life, I'm losing out on meeting people, I'm losing out on making new friends and possibly finding love. So that's what it feels like now. If I stay at home, I'm losing out on life. So that's why I feel like I need to be more social, go out more often, meet more people. Yeah. But I do realize that
Yeah, I think that's
after the Lisbon trip, yeah, I've been trying to distract myself because I was already in that mode of, depression and whatnot. So, yeah, I was carelessly going here and there, using the Ubers and whatnot, That's why the Uber rates went up.
Yeah, it was like I actually didn't even think about it. Then I just went looking for it, and I'm like, okay, that's a pattern that is I couldn't understand there.
Yeah,
Um,
I
but
was
so,
distracting myself, basically, yeah, for the week.
so I think going out is great if you can, right? Meeting people, getting to know new people, getting new opportunities
Hmm.
in whatever, in life, in hobbies, in love, in work. Um, but doing it out of balance, that's I think the issue. When you're doing it because you don't want to maybe think of things too much,
Yeah,
and you want to
this
escape.
week that is exactly what I was doing. I didn't want to think about it. So yeah,
So
I just
like,
kept busy going out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So and that's where you became more drunk during the weekdays, where the next day is a working day, but you're still getting drunk. That's actually a clear signal.
Yeah.
Like, but doing it in the week after kind of the emotional the roller coaster, meaning the downside of the roller coaster of love, completely normal.
Hmm.
Get my point? Completely normal. Now, what would have been unfortunate if that you were living alone
Hmm.
and you didn't have people to talk about and digest things through. That
Yeah.
would have been probably maybe potentially worse scenario, but that's
Hmm.
not the case, right? I
Yeah.
think talking things through.
Hmm.
But eventually, then I think in the sober stage you should take some peace for yourself,
Hmm.
right? And a hangover weekend doesn't count as peace. Like,
Weirdly enough, I didn't have a single hangover this week, so I don't know. I've been the
yeah,
most drunk I've ever been, but I did not get a hangover.
no, because the heartbreak is probably or whatever it is, depression.
And
I, I don't know if it's depression, man. Like if it's depression, I don't know. I think I
I
think.
don't think it is depression. It's just the situation and my mind thinking things,
Mhm.
just following the same pattern from the past. Yeah.
So if you're not gonna think those patterns through, you're
Hmm.
gonna keep making them.
Hmm.
That's fine,
Yeah.
fine as well. So I encourage some moments of just being you, a
Hmm.
longer moment, thinking about it, and uh, finding ways to let your energy, your mind flow into something else that actually makes more sense,
Hmm.
right? it could be, you know what, I'm not gonna let one girl. I'm gonna next time I'll just try to have casual relationships with multiple girls.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let myself. Well, actually, your pattern is that, right? You're actually quite emotional, so you easily let yourself fall for one girl.
Yeah, that's the issue. Yeah, it won't be like a casual thing. I'll just fall for it, you know. So it's either this or that, you know.
So until you have fallen enough,
Mm-hmm.
until you have reached the conscious level enough of yourself to see that trigger and say, no, I'm not going to take that right turn now that I know will lead to.
Yeah.
I'm going to take more left turns.
Mm-hmm.
But these patterns, of course, are tough to. I think that's one of the challenges. Doubts must be our patterns, troubles, living way, stay well connected. This is actually here, but I would actually say uh, our patterns, our own life patterns that bring us, that get us into trouble. Falling in love too hard and getting heartache. Right? It is. But I think this is actually a challenge. Um, and on this end, I would actually, like how to deal with your patterns actually, but it's a tough one, Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with it. But usually, things limit you by itself unless you go overboard. But you're not going overboard. Being so, hopefully, you'll find something else that is worth your focus. That
Mm-hmm.
can a time I think heals. It's just that.
Oh, I know time heals. I've been there before. I know that. Yeah.
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 So, all right, Andre, what's up with you? Anything new?
Actually, nothing new. Yesterday, all evening, I just cook and teach Robin. What else? No, that's just I talk with my wife, with my kids every day. Nothing happened. Life is going, and it's also if we talk now with acceptance, it's very interesting situation. Like I start to love no, no, it's not correct. I'm living now my daily life in peaceful understanding that I'm on the right place.
Hmm.
I already accept situations that it's not easy to find here just job to make money like in all other countries is also I understand. I accept this and I'm just living my life. That's it. So I'm not waiting time when I come back to home. I enjoy Portugal. I take train. I go to work. So and it's you understand what I mean. I becoming to love my current life, my daily life here. Do you understand what I mean?
I do.
And it's like few millimeters. It's exactly what Gestalt therapy says. It's just another view to your life, just from another viewpoint view, like this. Yeah, and
And
life becoming to be just easy acceptance in my mind, like that.
Yeah, it's one of the values in life, but I do think, not but, it's just that I think it's easier when we have done so much, right? It's also a very understanding when you lack life experience that you actually, your mind wants all that experience, right? You and I, Andre, we're on the side of, we've had enough. We can take, peace with where we are. Like, I'm thinking I don't need to fly so often anymore. I actually want to consciously fly less so that others can fly, not to impact the earth too much. Like if
Yeah,
I
uh-huh. And
so
I would add a little bit that when we make this bet in Quatera, I forgot how.
Villamora.
Villamora, yeah. And I saw in your life that it's a very good life, It's a family. How kids to fix this stuff, how we work as a team, yeah. How it was good, organized. Sometimes, of course, it's a mess, but it's good mess. Because could you imagine that so many people, it's a billions people around us, they're because I see that so many times in a place where we're going with Robin, all people from all different countries, Brazil, Canada, Australia, they looking for each other. They looking something that we already have. With carrying this stuff, with making bed, yeah, it's a simple life, and but it's exactly give us food. It's exactly give us mental food and emotional food for each day. Because with kids you're usually all time busy. You need to find right place to work. Something like and it's a good. Why not? I'm fighting with that all my life. I tell no, I don't want to have a kids, blah blah blah. But now I would say that it's the biggest part of my life, and it's so good. I'm so happy that it's happened with me. Now it looks very simple. Yeah, do you agree with me? You live also so many years with Bitichka, but look on your back. You need to keep this. You need to build this relationship with kids also all time, non-stop, because it's growing up. Or can be down, but down it's very quick. It's 2 3 weeks enough to jump down. Do you understand what I mean?
That is, yeah, that is true. Um, yeah, yeah. So, thinking of this and thinking of Nirav, who isn't with us today, and Robin, you dropped even the sentence like, "Oh, I hope he's not getting married to them." Like, what? Like, okay. So, where I have another. So, the world of the arranged marriages versus the world of trying to find love and marriage. Right? By the way, yeah, I was shocked to learn that Portugal has such a high number of divorces in 100 marriages, which is above 90. So, more than 90 divorces in 100 marriages. But you know why that statistic is not the correct one? I read more.
Yeah.
So, in Portugal, people are marrying less. But in the past, it means that they married more. And so there were more marriages in the past, and they're coming to a divorce. Whereas you have a very small set of marriages who you don't know yet, right? So it's a very different comparison.
Yeah.
But um, I don't know what that experience would have been. I do think that if you can grow love, a stable relationship, without too many distractions, I'd say that's a safe life. That's the easy life. Easy life. But now life is not that easy anymore. Distraction is everywhere, everywhere. There are articles that say like we see at least a few thousands of advertisements a day. All of that is distraction. So I think now it's better to learn at an early age how to deal with it rather than hide ourselves. And then, of course, when we are exposed to it, when we're a bit older, lacking experience, it just comes tougher. But I think also that's maybe a part of. I have another friend who's from South Asia, not India, and he's been trying to follow this path of arranged marriages, and he's been into a scam twice, and recently he thought he checked all the check boxes and he did all the process to check if it was true, and then he's messaged me again, hey man, I got scammed. Like, what? How can you be scammed? You financially, you're not in a very good state. Well, she took my credit card and ordered a diamond ring. I guess, in this path, when we're trying to find love, a lot of ways life teaches us that, it's not that easy. Right. That's why I think it's in the section of like great experiences in life if you can do it. And the whole experience is great. But you can only see the greatness of it afterwards when you get out of it and you're far away from the roller coaster. But you're in it, Robin. And I think that's the reality. You're in it. And you're gonna, in 10 years, you'll be laughing about it. So rack up some more ups and downs.
Yeah.
Get it out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So, Andre, let's zoom in. I'm maybe jumping from here to there, but hey, if you want to dive into some topic, some specific parts of the topic, feel free, right, Robin? But Andre, you're saying now, you accepted. Hopefully you're going to go back to Ukraine soon, right? Like you've accepted that the war is still there. You accepted that Ukraine needs men, but you're going to still take the move, right? When your wife, officially is registered with the SBU, a department of the army, then you feel safe. You're stable of thinking that's a safe, okay, I can go back.
Yeah, like that, because now I understood that I'm thinking about immigration actually from as any normal ex-Soviet Union people, because even so I remember my friends from school, many of us thinking to live in Germany or somewhere else, but it was not possible, because to escape from Soviet Union, it was really not possible. Now all these things sounds like a joke, because it's like from India, it's very difficult to get visa, but from Soviet Union, it's not possible, because nobody give you visa because you don't have foreign passport. I received foreign passport only when Soviet Union was broken, because before it was something else. Yeah, it sounds now unbelievable.
Yeah, Robin, you even have Indians have a better starting place than people from the USSR, Soviet Union.
Because it's more democracy, it's poor country, it's a lot of strange things in mind, comes from 17th century, but it's still almost democracy. Almost, we could say, yeah. With local corruption, with all these dirty things, but compare with China at least. We can say that India is democracy country. But now I understand that I want to come back to home. It's not about Portugal. It's not about Portugal. People are excellent. I love them. I love this country. But I understand that I want to live at home. It's my language. It's my condition. It's my experience. And now with all these possibilities to move in US, to move in Canada, plus we are old, I'm 50, Yana doesn't speak good English, but it's okay, it's only blah blah blah. It's not about English. That's the most important, that I just want to to live in Ukraine. I just won't come back to home. That's what I really understood. No any this Poland, no any other countries because it's really bullshit for me. But I discovered that only now. Because when I lived in Romania, it was something else. It was big salary, nice apartment in downtown, and McDonald's paid everything. When I lived in China, it was also different. I was only a few months, and it was something else. Yeah. So you see how it's interesting. I'm dreaming to live in USA or Canada or England. Finally, I lived in Romania, I lived in China, and I lived in Portugal. Do you see such a strange difference?
Yeah, life doesn't give you. I mean, I think if you put your energy into an idea, which is living somewhere else in your case, Andre, life gives you that, but it won't give you specifically like I want to live in USA. No, no, no. You want to live somewhere else and learn about life. Okay, I'll put you in somewhere else and learn about life. You know, it doesn't need to be.
Exactly, 100%. And now, do you remember how many times I joke with you? Do you remember how many times you invite me in Portugal and I tell you, no, I never come to Portugal. No, I don't need this. I'm in good village in Ukraine. Do you remember? And when I just was across of border, I'm drinking coffee and becoming to be smile because I remind it's I tell it to myself 100%. No, I don't go any other car. I will stay in Ukraine. See, so we are like a puppets. We are like robots. We can think about everything. We can planning something, but life have own ways. And if we look at that like actors in cinema is okay, but if we really will think that it's with us, I want that. It doesn't happen with me. This is way to suffer. And suffer start from 13 years old. No, man, it start early. It start from 5 years old because ego completely ready from 2 years old. But 5 years old, it's exactly we are thinking. Yeah, we are not good. She's okay, something like that. So it's very interesting. And but finally now, 50 years old, I feel like a 20. It's like only beginning. So war is okay, but I have kids. I want to see how they wants to marriage. I hope because nobody knows. Because maybe this night something happened in my blood, and I cannot breathe. And Robin wake up, come to my room, wake up me, but it's only cold body. And he will call you. You see how Andrei was so good, but he's died. I hope that doesn't happen. Yeah, but it can be, and I accept this
Me
also.
too. Yeah. And I accept that even if we have family, if we would die before our kids are grown up and can take care of themselves, or that there's enough money for our family to live on. These are also ghosts of our desires, right? Like life will happen, and once we die, we die. Whoever stays behind, they'll figure it out. Like there's no, but it's when we live with those ghosts of like, what if I don't leave behind enough money? What if? Well, there's plenty of orphan children out there, right? Who, yeah, and uh, talking about that. So what I have, like, the world is not fair, and some people get a rich life experience even with their own miseries. Some people get the poor life experiences with their own miseries. But eventually it's so I'm actually like, do you think in this section here I should add experiences like necessities in life? It's like experience.
Yeah, right. It's mean experience that happens with us. We don't want that, or we want that. It just happened with us. It's logical part of our daily life, monthly, daily, yes, life. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it's life. Yeah, experience, life experience. So, and that is where we are all in, and we have to keep trying to come to that part where, like, what is that balance in? No matter what context it is, right? We all have, each of us have a different context, but we have to find our own balance. That's what I think. If we can reach there. If it fits with our purpose, it's a good thing. If we find it in the flow with what we want to do, what we think world, what we can give to the world. But also this part, like if you can find your context in a way that you can say, I'm happy with actually what I have and what I can do, then that's happy life. Each time that we think we want more, we need more, that's where the unhappiness start to appear, right? Because it's that desire that leads us to that unhappy state because we don't have it, right? And that eventually comes a lot back into Buddhism. With every desire that we have, we are confronted with both sides of that coin, good and bad. I had a talk with someone, with a spiritual guide who I met on LinkedIn, and she said, and I said, but to get there you have to sacrifice. And then she said, that's true. The stories of Buddha are the same. He was a prince and he sacrificed his life in the palace, right? He had a palace, he had servants, he had everything. But it didn't make him happy. So he sacrificed it all and he went just to meditate for whatever, right? And I think there's some truth in there that if we allow our minds to wander and want all kinds of things, then accept that we can't easily find long happiness, by the way, right? We can find short spikes of happiness, but we will also find short spikes of unhappiness. But we need it all. We definitely need it. So, Robin, I think coming back to it, I think that's maybe a good end, is you're in the flow of life. Flow with it.
Mm-hmm.
Let it flow. Do take time to assess it, think about it, accept it, and try to, find some tweaks in your pattern or triggers where you're like, no, I'm gonna try something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is life.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't do it the next time, Andre and I will still be around to tell you, hey man, that's the flow of life. Try again. Because you will try until you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you find another hot chick next time who says no, but somehow you give yourself too much time, then we're gonna see, like, are you taking the right turn again to give it so much time and we know that it will lead to heartache? Or are you saying, no, I need to invest into some other time because that's probably a better trial for what you need.
Yeah.
Right. So and the alcohol part, it's sometimes it's nice to have alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really nice. But it's not gonna. It will not wash away all your problems, right?
I know.
It will cloud your mind for a while, and then it unclouds, and then the problems are still there. So, but enjoy it when you can. I mean, I think that's drugs. I've only tried really consciously. I think I've only tried the alcohol as a drug, but there are many people who actually take drugs, right? All kinds of drugs to actually cloud their minds and just. So, if your drug is alcohol, it's okay. Yeah.
No,
Stop it.
I don't think it's a drug. It's just yeah.
No. For a week, it will be fine. It will be fine. Yeah, just find something else to put your mind into something else for a while. But
I need
also,
to- yeah. I need to play some music, is what I feel like.
yeah, play some music. Take a long walk by yourself and think things through. But thinking things through is also, I think, of course, not only that, but after speaking with others, gathering some more perspectives, and then thinking it through.
Yeah.
And that eventually it has to lead like, can I change a bit of what my pattern? I think that is eventually our, one of the main challenges in life, to fix our own patterns.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Anything else, guys?
No, nothing. Just
All right.
just living life, I guess.
Exactly. Living life. That's it. Yeah, things can just change very fast. We don't know. The world is I think the world's gonna rock us all much harder in the coming 10 years, 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
And we're all in a roller coaster in that sense, right? All of us who live now are in such a more of a forceful roller coaster of life than people who were living maybe 100 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we should be appreciative for that we're getting more life experience than our previous versions of ourselves. All right, guys.
We need aliens.
There you go. You and your aliens. I think we were already aliens amongst us. So, actually, I believe a new species that you have never seen before is an alien to you. I think on Earth, you have many aliens that that you actually. There you go.
Yeah.
So you don't need to look out of space aliens. But then I think maybe this alien thought of you is ways of escaping life again.
Yeah, that's my pattern to escape. I need to fix that shit.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah. Well, except that fight or flight, right? Fight or flight. Flight is escape. It's a core instinct of us. So it's okay.
Fight. Yeah, I'm gonna fight now. Yeah, enough of
Fight
flights.
for yourself, right?
Yeah.
Fight for your own understanding. Fight for accepting of you. That it's good to be Robin where you are. If you can get there, things will become easier. If you keep running away from the Robin who you are, oh yeah, that hardship will follow you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, guys. Thank you, guys. I hope you have a great week ahead of you. Keep doing things, keep learning things, and we'll speak again next week.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.